Giant crash at Aden. Bird fights confirm approaching nuptials. Burial of Lieutenant Grosvenor Hatchet, R.I.D. Divine Providence. LSDE. Art thou gainest sense incompetit? Limited Anna Lynchia Purabel. 1 on the 11, united we stand. Even many offered, don't forget. I wish your spickable them leave state for the Stork Derby. It'll be 1,000s of one paddies, and soon to bet on drums of bliss with hap salop troth. Hip salute prudity. Hopes a lot, Honesty, hoops along luck. After when from midnight onwards the four-post, a harp quartetta, Kistavico, Callistus, Torsta, Tanzia, Pujantas, Pelagia, Lavantage, Ya, Sunatage, Christianamus, Kirjalisus, Christianimus. Whiles this pullover his finish, come hither o'er haste, thou mighty man of valour, elder man, adaptive of capel, Isnod, and Chave, Thong, Chaifoon, alone, bricks number, till I found you a falter-in-law to become your son to be. Gentleman stealer, general man sea lord, goss and boss, hung guest and howser, John Simmons, both in salesmanship sized, the head marine's tale-bearer then said the ship's, Gob's father in the scat's story to the husband's capture, and either you does or he must at this moment same, said he, so let laid pacts be being betting ye, he said, by my main mickshift, he said, one fisk and one flesk, as flat as Eastman, Edmunds and you. Your iron slides and so humpty dump, as Padley Mac, Namara hears, he's a hardy canuter for the two breasts of Banbar, or her soilers and her toilers. If thou wilt serve ideal as thou hast sailed, brothers bowls, brothers coes, ye have swollen blood's oaths. And Copfer said unto Glydian, and said he to the no-wedding captain, the rude honourable Humphrey, who was praying God of Clotilda's by the 7 bosses of his trunk targe, he would have saved bucklesome when she wooed, beloved him, come either, said he, my merry time, Merloop, you witted while, said he, unto the shipfuls of our quadruped island, bless Madunk, Mardik Luskin Kong, bless Nedos Bray, and no more of your maimed acts after this with your cow towers and criados, to every tome thick and heavy, and our onliness of his revelance to your ultitude, the ill follower of staying in wait for you, with the winning word put in his mouth, or be the holy tarbell, as Horrocks Tola hath most cares to call it. I'll rehearse your commandments, and first body you entirely, as puck as that paddy has picked the pun and left the lollies off the foiled. A Trinity judge will crux your boom, Pat is the man for the eye, and he pured him beheld of the ooze gus. Mingling a sign of the crusks, I popetize the ocean, said he. Oscar water, said he. Ira Viking, said he. Intra trifum, trifolium, said he. Unconditionally for first of Gauls, and hero chief ex-plunderer of the clans Achilletic, said he. The streameress mastress to the sea eyes Cuddy Coleman's, and let this douche for you as a holy puzzlers, and for all the puckalins to the wakes of you, said he, out of the Helsinki of the Howthenders and the Dan to ye, said ye, he. Unto a Romeo conluc relation, said he, from which our this pledge is given, terra truly, turn treen, if not son toward thousand, like expect, christen Athams, to which I Oscar, your God's battering sailor, for as you got cavalled, whereafter a gooden diggin, and with gooder enscure, from Ossian Buck fared again, Pharaoh's feuded, hail some, till either, in that the Lloyd may have mercy on your sail, animum and avar, spicken uzand. Nonsense, you snorsted. He was hailed considerable against all religious overthrow, so wherefore the thuckers pucker, the big bug, Micklemanded store, exploder would he be, wholesale solder, they duped by priest. Good fodderin of the Sagrid hunt, sweet in Diablin Balky at Domkirk, St. Petersburg. But hear this, and here, my rear admirable Peter Poulsen, said he consistently, to the second name suitor, my lately lamented sponsorship, come send round that wine and lift your horn, said he, to show your scholar, for winter you likes or not, we brought you summer with us, and Tomkin about your leaf. You're a cousin, and his undiscovery of Americal be the rolling 40s, he said, and on my supper clappidum, as Harris himself says, to let you in on some crimson doctrine, here is the nicest pork of a man, whisk swimmies in Deerblin water, from Balscudden eastmost, till Thurston's lick slip, and said he, whilst the heart of lucky swain sloughed in his icebox, for to think of the all sorts of smugglers he would behave in duty-frees, being forlooper to her, praties peel to our good send Bradonius, Filius of Kirkara, spouse to Finlog. He has the nicest pert of a little woman in the house, la chato, la charmaduro, tinabatula, shift for your fob, and a tesura store for you. As Lucy lampas when the surge sees someone that he doubts upon of any living pluscabel, to child and foster, that's Lippy Year's wonder of Tottigo, new school to Titty 2, at Winnie 1, Tramity trimming, and Funnity fair, with a grit as hard as the Trent of the Thames, and a touch as soft as to dee and fluing, and never a hide o' Jenny the like of her likeness. At looking you leap, ride romancing long Evmans invines, about little Annie Rodners and all the Lavinian of Easter. Yours and pleading for them to herself in the Pericles glad hangs over her trickle blade. It's a piece of fortune, if it never falls from the stuffle, and when the malor is over till next time, and all your primroses are all distress parading, and the tubers tout for the glow of their gold make every dinny dangle. After her down the Dargle Dale, and wait a while, Blusterbus, you're marching down too forte, and don't start furling your leadens till you've learned to live the landage, while it's somewhere scalding, and she can hear the piantuna buoyant, the bayons in Cumbria sleepy talking to the Wiltish muntins titting out through the dromer's window for the fly end of a tushman over the wishtash of English Strand when Kilbarrack bell pings Sascalaisons, that concesses with Sinbad's may pong where our Dolimon see the phantom shape of Mr. Fortunatus right, since winksome Miss Bulkeley made low to her. Wrecker, and he took her to be a rover. Oh, and playing house of every dower of gold and gift. You saw me peep at my prize, which is the blue lookout, for her and a bleak-eyed Susan, if she can't work her miracles and give Norgy-borgy good Irish timers, while her fresh racy turf is kindling up the lover with the flu, with the rory-bory yellers, would set an air-widding on fire, let alone an old Humpalumapopulus, with the boor matter poured on his brain, Aiden bays, sigh and die, A's book Gavidi, 29 to a dozen cocoon, him diddle comfortably to his old Corcors huggin' and muddin' for his strict privateer, which there's no pure rube like an ool pure ruber, when your pool or beer turns out brewin' o' Luian, and beat his barge into a battering pram, with a wattling away for Cublin and be me fairy fay, said he, the marriage mixture to curse, son of Joe Ash, her Currach's fonder wiry eyes and winky hair, Tim Kim a beat about your Ashrose Meltons, and his love sang of the short and shifty. I will turn my thinks to things o' love, and I will speak but three's one, said he, my truest patrons, good founter, pole support, and zones asunder, ties up in hates and repeated luxure. You can't better your two blue, predestined arson. Tyler bark and after rounds about and Dunnocks, and the volume smoke, though the clunk in his stumble, strikes worn and worn he had, laid out on that counter there like a Slavocrates, amongst his skippies, when it comes to the ride honourable, said he, that's to make plain daddy dee. Shears a full dynamaqueza, and all needed for the lay, for the hearse on the Monty, for the room in Herberg down, to Forkpiece and Bucklecatch, elding my elding, and liff my liff. In the privacy of the permanent nocturne, hap, said he, at that meet hour of night, and hop, said he, ant the thirsty anise ever so thried whiles the breath of happy Hullespon swimt in his searchest for to renumber all the Mallymeaders, the long roll and call of sweetheart Emmet, that every had a port, from Cox and Hagen till the Brottles on the Nile, while tail-light is yet slipping under their pillow. Ill omens on Kitty Cole, if he's spilling laddie's measure, and before sing matins in the fields, rings and bings, airy the concurrent arrow, and the refereeing Fox Gutman gives us. I'll bell the Welled, or the steeple boys revenger, and all Thinger Valley knows, for it never dawned in the dark, but the deed comes to life, and raptest bride is aptest breed, la lassie, and to boy the hoop within us springing. 'Tis no timber tar, she'll have then her arms braced, to dole the dally-dandle, our fiery queen upon the night of the things of the night of the making, to stand up the double tet of the overseer over the says, who cometh from the mighty deep, and on the night of making horrors, to crump over his enemy, be the help of me cope, as so plus the riches of the road shields, with Eliza blessing the bedpain, at the will be done of Jinko Randy, combatus Bastabasco, and Hippy Chip eggs. She will make a Suamese pair and singlet, Jodpa smalls and tailorless, a coppener's cribfield, leaf, bud and berry, the Divlin's own little mimikin puss. Hip hip hurrah, for my old comrade Salty Mare here, Brigantine General Sir A.I. Magnus, the Flappy and Noosa, master of the good life bark, Ullaven Gren of Onslaught, and the homespun of the hearth. First his father was the north-east, and must his mother was a glue pot, and gravy duck or groovy anchor, and a hulled red persunk, a mano hood with the clenchin for his delight time. And the bonsai napping through his doze. Here's the bettest bluffer blonde blubber of an old widgeon that overspat a skettle in the skib. Corcourt, coo-caged,